Shaq is getting some backlash over what he said on Angel Reese's podcast, and not just about lowering the rims. I played you that bit about lowering the rims. His argument was, why is Caitlin Clark so popular? She does something you haven't seen before from the women. If women were dunking, it would be something men hadn't seen before. They would gravitate over to the game and watch. Here's a little bit more of that portion of the conversation between Reese and Shaq.
I'm not saying lower it to 9.5 and shit, but just 9.9.
Just so we can dunk?
Yes. No. See. And
I hate when men say that.
But listen, that's the only difference.
We start dunking and
watch. We got shooters. Y'all got shooters. Oh, guys got some handles. Girls got some handles. Oh, we got this. We got that. Oh, we got talkers. Oh, we got brawls. Only thing is missing is the dunk.
I don't feel like it still would change.
I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
Bro, you dunking and getting, man, trust me in the change. Trust me in the change. I'm telling you right.
So.
Bro, first of all, I like how y'all are starting to get into fashion. Bro, a pretty girl dunking on the rim, I'm watching that all the time. You laughing.
My man is not turned on by no woman that's dunking.
So, look, if that had been the only portion of that conversation that was said, it would be fine. Everybody would move on. It wouldn't be a thing. It was what Shaq got to later in the conversation regarding the fashion that has people upset. Here is that portion. I mean, this clip has like 15 million views right now.
Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay. All right.
Bro.
All right. So it seemed like Angel was trying to move on quickly there. And it was awkward. It's an awkward thing to say. It's a weird thing to say, given the age difference between Shaquille O'Neal and Angel Reese and their relationship, where he has been a bit of a mentor to her, like to sexualize her in that manner has people like, and you get that. I don't know if that was Shaq's intent. I think what he was attempting to say is that men gravitate toward attractive women, which has truth to it. I mean, to be naive to say otherwise. Obviously, like, I'm a big wrestling fan. Back in the day, the WWE used to basically objectify every female performer. They were pinup girls. There was a girl named Sunny who was the biggest thing of the AOL age. But over the years, that changed to the point where the women performers were on the same level as the male performers. And you start having arguments about who has the better matches, the men or the women. And then the attractiveness is like a bonus that you can't ignore. People may, like a certain performer more because of that. You can't throw that out the window, but the women got to equal footing on merit. And the same thing has happened in basketball here, where we don't talk about the WNBA. I haven't come here and talked about the WNBA and women's basketball from a sexual aspect at all. It's all been about what's taken place on the court, some of the drama off the court, of course, but you've got these wonderfully talented hoopers. Caitlin Clark got there because she's such a hooper. Her thing with Angel Reese was a competitive on the floor thing because Angel, mocked her for winning a championship on the floor. That next wave, Paige Beckers, Juju Watkins, what they're doing on the floor. And it's demeaning to the progress that women's basketball has made if the marketing suggestions are you lower the rims and you sexualize the women with their uniforms or outfits, right? Like, that takes back the progress that has been made on merit on the court, which is the reason that the WNBA is growing. The attractiveness can be a bonus. There, and the way women dress is their own prerogative, showing up to the games. And Angel, is also an attractive woman, and she knows it. She dresses that way. It's not on accident. I mean, she realizes that can help raise her profile in a certain sense, but it's separate from basketball. It's separate from basketball. You can't say she's not sexualizing herself in a certain way because it's just the nature of what you're wearing. But that takes nothing. It's a totally different thing from the game, and it should be totally separated from the game. And it's still an awkward thing to bring up in the context in which it was brought up. But all I'm trying to say is, yeah, men might pay for something they find attractive. I mean, OnlyFans exists, right? Like OnlyFans exists. But it's just Shaq he's always been cool to me whenever I've met him. Obviously, he's a legend of the game. He's such a big celebrity. I doubt, the outrage of the day sticks. He does a lot of good work behind the scenes, but it was a thing that stuck, at least online, to the point of 15 million views, etc. And a lot of people are having that reaction of, just that kind of reaction. Angel's been successful with the podcast, though, regardless of what people think about the content. She's made news one way or the other, this time at Shaq's expense, with the podcast, because Travis Kelce, his ex-girlfriend, when she was on there and said what she said, and the Swifties got all mobilized and mad, that made news. When she's talked about Caitlin Clark and her fans, that made news. It feels like every week Angel Reese is making some news in that podcast forum and format. Now, I hope for her, that is supplementary to whatever she wants to do, unless that is what she wants to do. I want to see her get back on the court, and once her wrist is all healed up, and improve next year, and make herself known for what she's doing on the basketball court. But this whole thing takes a little bit away from the Reebok deal that she just signed, which was probably the news that they were trying to promote on this episode. And congratulations to Angel for that deal. Instead, lowering the rims was conversation number one. And then what women wear when they're dunking on the lowered rims was conversation number two. It's going to get clicks. It's going to get views. And yes, women dressing a certain way is going to get clicks and it's going to get views. But when you're talking about marketing women's basketball, that's not the way that you want to do it. They're free to dress. Everybody's free to dress and express themselves however they want. But that's not what people are going to stick with the WNBA or women's basketball about. And it feels like we're so far beyond that. It's silly to even discuss it seriously. Look, and I'm not going to lie and say I don't get texts from people or hear comments from people who find a certain player attractive. That's okay. There's no negative to that. But that's also not the reason why it's on the map, and it's not the reason I'm talking about it.